G'day guys, welcome back to Stormfall Saga of Survival. Yes, you heard that right. Stormfall Saga of Survival. It's been a while. How are we doing? Hope you guys are well. So, it's been a little over 2 years since I last posted a video about this game or on the subject of this game. So I thought, you know what? It was probably time to maybe make another video, but not in the way that you guys would hope and had wanted to see, I guess. So I guess I should probably say straight out, no, there is not a new update to the game or anything of that nature. Nothing like that has been said or has been, you know, made public to anyone effectively. So yeah, there's no update. Just putting it out there, period. So the reason why I wanted to make this video today is, look, honestly, as I said, it's been a bit over 2 years. It's been quite a while, and we still haven't heard anything. Now, I'm just going to reference what I had looked at just before I jumped into the game. So the game is on, I believe it's 1.15 or something to that extent, or 1.5 to that extent. Now, the update that the previous video that I actually uploaded was in relation to update 1.4.7. So yeah, so 1.5.0 I guess is the current update, but yeah, 1.4.7 was the previous update, and it's been 2 years since I posted that video back in 2020 September, just to sort of be concise with the timing of when I actually did do that. So yeah, I just wanted to, put that out there and just sort of explain that this game hasn't progressed. There's been no change, there's been no update, if you will. Right now, I'm just aimlessly just looking around at my stuff because I haven't seen it in such a long time. And I'm just sort of trying to remember exactly where everything is. Now, this is not even my main account. I'm just going to put that out there. It's not even my main account here. I tried logging in on my current device, but I guess, in the time of 2 years, I don't know whether or not I've actually lost my main account or something else has happened. I don't know. I tried to clear the cache and that didn't change anything. So this is my junior account. This is my this is my little account, so to speak. And yeah, so I don't know what has happened there. Can't honestly tell you what has happened. But yeah, right now, effectively, I don't have my main account, so which is a bit of a bummer. So I don't know exactly what else to say or do or whatever. I'm not going to bother doing that part, but I'm just going to get all the claimants here. And what else do we have here? I'm not going to watch a reward. Okay, so we can claim, we can claim, we can claim, we can claim. That's it at the moment, isn't it? But I want to construct a signal fire, so how do I do that? It should be in the crafting menu, yes. Signal fire. Oh, I've already done that, haven't I? 1 of 1. That means I've crafted it somewhere. That's it. It's here. So I don't understand why it's asking me to craft another one. I already have one. Okay. Anyway, let's go out to a zone and see what else is about. Is there anything in here? There is stuff in here. Okay, there's a few things in here. Cool. I'll leave that alone. So yeah, thought like I said, make a video to give you an update, but there's no update. I wish there was an update. I really do. I really do. This game, this is what started it for me. This is what started me to make a channel and play, a game and provide commentary and all that sort of stuff. That's a locksmith's table. My home is there, so I'm still, like I said, I'm still trying to get the idea around the ergonomics of this game. You've not unlocked this feature yet. Well, there's no. Well, this is not in the game. So even though if I were to construct this, you can't even use it. But yeah, so yeah, as you can see, I'm on my basic account here, so everything is pretty much locked away, so I can't actually access it until I level up. This is the best that I can do at the moment. So I'll be waiting to get to level 2 so I can actually, break out this type of armor, and then obviously you can get into bigger chests and things like that. So, but yeah. Anyway, so I did try to do a little bit of a look around, a bit of a dig around to see if there's been any mention of something happening, but as I've said before, there hasn't been anything that's been mentioned or anything like that. The only thing I could find was on the Discord, on the main official Discord, states that they're working on coding the game or recoding the game to a brand new engine. Now, I've heard that before, and it's not something that's been made recently in terms of knowledge. It's old news. Effectively, it's old news. There's nothing new with with that statement there to suggest that there's going to be another an update sometime soon or anything of that degree. But this is not meant to be a negative video by any means or stretch or anything like that. What this is meant to sort of, I guess, point out is that it's been well over 3 years since a content update had actually dropped for the game. There's been some very, and I'm going to say very minor updates, and that only had been some sort of whatever the bug fixes they claim to have fixed, which I'm sure they would have, and I think there may have been some sort of optimization fix. But aside from aside from that, there hasn't been anything else, popped into the game. And I did actually go onto the Facebook page just to see if there's been anything that's been updated there. And the only thing that I've seen is the developers stating that there's new payment methods available for the game. The game has been moved to a PC platform, which is kind of nice. But still, there hasn't been any, update per se. Now, that's an interesting pick as well, that they've been able to, I guess, whatever they've done, port the game or created a cross-platform to play the game on a PC. Now, I don't know why would you want to do that if they're trying to recode the game in full to a different engine. So yeah, that baffles me. I don't have an answer for you as to why that they would have done that in the first place. Whether or not it was already in the pipeline to begin with, who knows? But as I said again, it's been 3 years. It's been 3 years since there was an update. So there's really nothing or no excuse to put a game on a PC, on a PC level, and then say that they're still working on bug fixes and things like that. So I don't know. I feel like they're opening the door to, I guess, further exploit of the game. If they're opening it up on additional platforms rather than trying to consolidate it and fix the game to what they've been suggesting for the past 3 years. So not 1, not 2, but 3 years. That's how I see it. That's how I think. Again, and I can't stress this enough, that I'm not trying to be negative about the game. This is the reality, really. And I think I'm going to make that as my thumbnail. The reality of this game. I think I think I'm even going to pin this in the comments, where I'm going to link it back to my video from 2 years ago explaining pretty much all of this, because I don't need to go through this all over again, because I think I've made it pretty clear. So it was there was a lot of information that I actually put in, and for new people, that are still currently playing the game, I mean, look, it is a good game. There's no doubt about it, but I'm actually seeing the age of this game, showing itself. And compared to other games that you can play right now, how far ahead they are compared to what we've got here. It's it's a big difference. This was touted at one point to be the game. This was touted to be the game that was going to transcend the genre into a different space, but excuse me, it never happened. And yeah, I'm disappointed in that. There's not much else I can really say about that, really, can I? I wish I had more information to give you guys, but like I said, there's been little to nothing. I'm actually surprised that there are people still in the Discord, in the official Discord, I should say, that still post regularly and still talk and things like that. I actually had to re-invite myself back in just to have a bit of a look to see if there's been any mention. Hopefully, some sort of I guess glimmer of hope that hadn't been disclosed or promoted anywhere else. So yeah, I just wanted to double check, and I didn't see anything. So there's nothing else to report other than that the game is still, it's still in its hiatus. It's still dormant. It's still, nothing's happening. I don't know what else to tell you guys. I mean, I'd love to tell you guys something more, but yeah, I just don't have that information. As I'm sort of playing here, look, I'm reminded of what I used to like about the game. I guess the way that you still engage in in attacking, in looting and things like that. I mean, it's all well and good, but like I said, I can see the age of this game, and it's just shown quite considerably, especially to the games that I'm used to playing now. So, I'm going to do some shameful plugs now. Like, I still play other games, other survival genre-based games. So if you're into that sort of stuff, check out Wasteland Survival, check out Mutiny Pirate Survival. There's other games that I'm playing. I've just rebooted a new game that's fallen under a different name. And this is another thing I'd want to bring up. Okay, so there's a new game called Dusk of Dragons. Okay, it's got dragons. They're already in the game, already ahead of this game, because this was touted to have dragons at some point, which had never happened. It was rebranded from another game called Winter Survival. So I'm just going to put that in there just to suggest that, hey, a developing game or developing company, excuse me, can transform or redo a game in a quicker turnaround time than it's taken for this game to actually do whatever it needs to do. Code for a new engine, great. But I've already played Dusk of Dragons, and I'm currently playing that from time to time at the very minute. But what I'm trying to, I guess, insinuate here is that they've been able to rebrand the game, redesign parts of the game to make it a little bit different to what it was originally, and they've improved performance, smoothness of the game experience. Yet the developers of this game, or for what we're led to believe, are still telling us that they're trying to code for a new engine. And mind you, this had all been done in between the last video that I had published for Stormfall Saga of Survival back in 2020, up until now. So yeah, just sort of putting that out there. So you're telling me it's taken more than 2 years to code for a different engine to place the game on this new platform. That is what I'm sort of trying to get at here. If it's that difficult, why don't we strip the game, start again, put it right on the new engine? Yes, that means that people lose their player progress, I would imagine, but what I see from a longevity perspective is that if that is the case, well, that's in the aid of, you know, for a fresher game, content. Um, what else? What else can I say? Um, it's just going to give a better long-term overall experience for players. You know, what they could do for, existing players is they could, provide a welcoming back or a welcome pack for, for returning players, for players that have active accounts if they relog back in with their details. That should be a thing. That should be the minimum expectation, if I'm being honest. See, this was probably one of my favorite features, where you can actually outrun an enemy, crouch and hide, and then you can go back and then kill them. You know, no other game still doesn't do this. That's probably one of the only features that I actually like about this game that hasn't been done with other games. But anyway, I digress. So as I mentioned before, there's games out there that have been rebranded and redone, and they've actually re-released the game effectively. Being that it's still in a beta form, a closed beta, if you will, it's out there for people to play. Yet this game still lies dormant. So this is what I wanted to, I guess, raise. It's been far too long. It's been far too long since anything's happened with this game. Like I said, I still want to play this game. I still want to make content for this game. But I can't make content for a game that I've already convincingly have, I guess, have accomplished. I've done so much for this game, so many videos, well over 100 videos, but there's really nothing else for me to do in this game. I don't see, I guess, the benefit of making another say playthrough, for example. Oop, my dude's gonna die, and he's dead. Yeah, so I don't see much of see much value in me doing this. So, like I said, I am just going to leave it as it is. But like I said, I wanted to commit to making a video about this. I'm not making a video on a constant fashion at all, but I've made a video nonetheless. Yeah, it's taken a while. It's been a couple of years, but I made the video anyway. But like I said, there's really not much else that I can sort of say to make it any different for you guys, which is sad. I mean, like I said, I really would have loved to see a reboot of this game. Even if they were to take it in a different direction, I feel like this could have been, the turning point for a lot of people. And I'll call it out right now, the whole raiding thing really put the nail on the coffin for this game, I feel. Yes, and I've had it on good authority, and I still remember it, that the development team were not expecting the I wouldn't say the backlash, but the negativity towards their interpretation of the PvP system. And I think unfortunately my videos had a lot to do with that, because at that time I was well in the height of the community in terms of viewership and exposure for the game. So a lot of people had seen that video, and they saw firsthand my initial reactions to doing the raid and then getting raided myself. And I know a lot of people didn't like that because they feared for their own, for their own resources and things like that that they've collected over time, and the time and investment in the game that was done for them. A lot of people didn't want to make that raid happen for themselves, so a lot of people didn't use that feature. But what that also did, and it is in the comments in the previous video, now this is all allegedly as well, that the developers were aware that there was some exploits in the new mechanics system, yet they pushed the update as it was. So I would have much rather them to dig their heels in to say, no, we're not going to update this game until we get it right, or lock that feature away and work on something else until they got it right. If that was, in fact, the reason why the game's on that decline, or is currently on this decline, or it's already declined, then yeah, I would have much rathered 6 months worth of no updates if it meant that the game could have survived. I think I'm going to leave it there. I think I sort of made this pretty clear how I feel. Again, like I said, it's not meant to be a negative take on the game. It's meant to be more of an awareness of how things have progressed over the last couple of years and what other games have actually made it to light, or new games that may have come into play which I hadn't mentioned, but more sort of focused on the fact that there has been a game that physically was abandoned and then brought back and then re-released. Anyway, I'm going to leave it here. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell, like, comment, share, do all that sort of good stuff for me. Take it easy, and I'll catch you in a different video.